but no fear. The evolution of money is here. Guys, today we're going to go down the rabbit hole of one of my first assets I started talking about when I first started this channel, and it's XRP. And I want to show everybody the standard to what crypto once was, as far as the partnerships, the teams, the utility, the backers. And also, going down that rabbit hole again, I also noticed some rabbit hole stuff I found. I definitely believe there's a secret agenda between Bank of England and Ripple, a 2030 agenda. So we're going to talk about that. And also, guys, we're going to talk about the real price of XRP. Backed by big names. Backed by BlackRock director. Says it personally.
And when we blow, ain't no told you so's. I'm a big ghost.
And just like Back says, when XRP blows, it ain't gonna be no I told you so's. Yeah, rabbit hole time.
When we blow, ain't no told you so's. I'm a big ghost.
Live. I'm a big
ghost.
Turn that up.
We hold the gold.
What?
I be super bullish like the Bearableguy. My
lifeboat full, ready for the big boom.
Astronaut suit,
headed for the moon.
With my whole gang crew,
had the 2020 vision, now we all new. Now we pulling up in something brand new.
New house on the avenue, beach house and cabin too. Normally I don't flex,
but I had to go all out. Guys, here's the thing. Cross-border remittances constitute 1.3 billion a day. Cross-border payments constitute $85 billion a day. Who do you think is going to be moving that money?
But I had to go all out. You said it couldn't happen. Now
I'm floating through the clouds.
You see us popping off.
We're going to talk about the standard.
You be like, holy cow, I missed the showdown.
Ain't no getting in now. Ain't no getting in now.
And past the moon plow.
Welcome all the kings and the queens to the new town.
And we all loud.
Party last all year round.
XRP.
Guys, we're going to talk about the real price of XRP. And this is from a very reliable source. The BlackRock director. The BlackRock director and the board of director at Ripple. The price, the real value of XRP. We're going to talk about that.
Down and we got the new crown, so you bow down. We hold the gold.
And when we blow, ain't no told you so's.
I'm a big ghost.
And we're going to talk about the 2030 agenda. The 2030 agenda, the real XRP price. Oh man, this rabbit hole runs deep. Rabbit hole time. Old school vid, rabbit hole time. Larry knows. XRP, Fed Reserve, Faster Payments Task Force. The Bank of England is a paid Ripple customer. Jerome Powell, Faster Payments Task Force, Fed Reserve. Ryan Zagone, Faster Payments Task Force, Zagone, Ripple employee. BIS, Bank of International Settlements, connected to Ripple. Good God. Guys, tonight join me down the rabbit hole. I'm going to show you guys 2017-2018 research, and this is the standard that all projects were held to back in the day. You couldn't come in and make content with half the stuff that's going on today. I'm going to show you guys real partnerships, real utility, real asset, and what this internet of value is all about. Satoshi's vision, moving money frictionlessly, and Ripple is way ahead of the game when it comes to that. Way ahead of the game. Yeah. And CCAS got the theme of the show. When we blow, it ain't no I told you so's. Yeah. I might get the longest diamond hand XRP reward. Guys, I'd like to welcome everybody to the best way to end the day with the Bullish family. I am CKJ, the hidden gem hunter, the portfolio melter, and an OG in the XRP community for sure. I beat the drum big time and loud and proud. Because guys, when you connect some of these partnerships with Ripple, it's like a no-brainer. It's like a no-brainer all the way, that's for sure, a no-brainer. And that's what I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys how, oh man, I'm telling you guys, I found a rabbit hole time for sure. I'm going to show you guys how Jay Clayton, smoke and mirrors, kicked off the lawsuit with Ripple Backed by BlackRock, ties to Larry Flink, ties to BlackRock. BlackRock's $7.8 trillion asset manager. You know, I kind of look like they don't want the whole world to get rich. So I think this XRP may be already pre-allocated. But we're going to talk about that. And why would Ripple even buy back all that XRP? They got plans for that XRP. But do they want the regular retail investor getting their hands on such a great opportunity from the way society is? I don't think so. But anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm documenting my journey on the evolution of money. If you guys can smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. We're looking for 333 thumbs up. Shout out to my legendary brother, Larry, Las Vegas. So good to see you, Larry. Larry's been here since way back in the day. And Larry already knows what we're waiting for with XRP. When we blow, it ain't no I told you so. Tell him, Larry.
My lifeboat full, ready for the big boom.
My XRP bag's full, ready for the big boom, in case you guys didn't know.
Had the 2020 vision, yeah, we all knew.
And everybody from 2017 or prior, we had the 2020 vision. And we all knew, huh? And even we all knew back in the day. We all knew. Tell them.
Up in something brand new. No house on the avenue. Beach house and cabin too.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Thank you big time, Larry, Las Vegas, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Bullzilla is where the legends are made. I wish we could pin them super chats. Larry, you're a legend, dude. Thank you big time for that. I appreciate that. Let me send a tweet out real quick and let the world know we're here. And guys, you do not want to miss tonight's video. Tonight's video is like a two-part video. One is the standard of research that went into products and backing a product back in the day versus today. There's like no standard. Like the standards don't even compare or don't come nowhere close. And also, back in the day, guys, I'm telling you, you had to really tie some big names, big backers, big utility. It was way different back in the day. Now a project can come out with a weird name. a bag supply so big. They used to give Ripple a hard time about 100 billion, and now they're coming out with assets with 100 trillion, 500 trillion. I mean, come on, guys. XRP real price $32.91, says BlackRock director, and I'm gonna show you the facts. BlackRock director, largest asset manager on the planet. BlackRock director. And let me see. XRP real price is BlackRock director. Ripple and Bank of England 2030 agenda. No doubt about that. It's a 2030 agenda. And I'm going to show you guys tonight. You don't want to miss this rabbit hole. Ripple leads sustainability agenda to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. And we're going to talk about this, guys, because not only are we planning on going green, but the new financial system constitutes the most green, effective carbon footprint, less carbon footprint on the new financial system, which Ripple ties directly with Bank of England on this. And we heard Brad Garlinghouse said already, the Bank of England is a paid Ripple customer. And if you guys don't know it, under executive order by the president, we have a global, by G7, all that. There's a global order for a 2050 carbon agenda for all companies to provide information on their energy usage, of how they move money, how many flights their company takes, and to lessen the carbon footprint on the economy. And Ripple leads to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. Guess who else says they'll be ready by 2030? Bank of England. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys in 1 second, and then that rabbit hole just runs deep after that. All right, so Bank of England, okay, agenda. Let me see. Sustainability agenda. We'll say agenda right there. Let me see. Hey, Spillmaster. Let me see. Ripple and Bank of England 2030 agenda all day. Cairo Frank in the building. I got you, Cairo, in 1 second. All right, guys. I'd like to welcome everybody to the best way to end the day with the Bullish family. I am Bullzilla, the hidden gem hunter. Ripple and Bank of America 2030 agenda. Of course, we'll hashtag Ripple. It's a big deal. And plus, guys, I'm going to show you why the XRP army is so strong and they have faith in the project. Once you see some of these connections and backers, you're going to be like, damn, no wonder. No wonder you would hodl so long. No wonder you would be confident that one day this will take off. And after today's show, there's going to be no doubt about it. I'm going to crush all doubt right now. Ripple Bank England 2030 agenda all day. And Let me see how I can tie this together a little bit more. Because it's all about really moving money in crypto to me. Oh, XRP real price. Okay, I already got that up there. BlackRock agenda. And we'll keep this sweet. Let's just say Telcoin update. Got something on Telcoin. And we'll just say hit link join stream to keep this short and sweet. Because believe it or not, the proof is going to be in the video on this one. This is old school. Hit link. Old school. No, I ain't gonna say that. That'd be too much for him. Hit link. Now must see. That's good. Hit link now must see. You know, you gotta add some like anticipation in there. And send that out. And close that out right there. And close that right there. Bring that back to right there. And shout out to the Bullish family. Thank you guys for being here. Shout out to Cairo Frank. You've been on fire, Cairo. Big, much love to you. Thank you big time, Frank. I appreciate that. XRP to the moon. No doubt about it, guys. And I'm telling you, if you're not an XRP fan, you're going to be one tonight. That's for sure. Because I'm going to show you guys real research and real partnerships, real utility, real asset, real game plan, real roadmap, real and real is the real as it gets. Cairo Frank, thank you big time. I appreciate that. CCAS HODL model. Oh, HODL model in the building. HODL model is here. Have no fear. And did they say 32? Yeah, 32 it is. That, believe it or not, I'm gonna show you. BlackRock director says it. Also, Ripple board of director backs that up also. So I'm gonna show you guys a document you may not have seen. Some may have seen this document, some may have not. But I realize there's so many new people that I just think people don't really understand how crypto was in 2018, 2019. It was so different than today. Back in the day, you couldn't make a video. Back in the day, you couldn't come with half the stuff people are coming with now, that's for sure. It wouldn't even make it past one day. Shout out to Going Blind, Hollow Miles, Sharon Go Wire. Sharon, so good to see you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Whoa. Legendary brother Victor V is in the building. Holy moly! Good God, I had a feeling we'd bring out some of the OGs in the chat too. Victor, so good to see you, my brother. Many blessings to you in 2022. I hope all is well. You're a legend. I'm very good to see you. Between you and Larry and Cairo, you made my night. Thank you big time. I appreciate that. Plant seeds, I'm about to tell you. And let's do this. Shout out to Bags. And we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get to this right now. So here's the thing, guys. Back in the day, Bearableguy was a big thing. I'm not gonna jump down the Bearableguy rabbit hole, but basically back in the day, this Bearableguy thing was larger than life in the XRP community. And of course, Bearableguy put out this picture that said XRP will reign supreme one day over BTC. But of course, there will be usage for USDC. You know, that could be the stable coin or the currency of conversion between each walled garden. A walled garden is like, for example, you know, each institution is going to want to have their own CBDC, but banks don't trust each other. So will Bank of America use JP Morgan's, you know, stable coin? Everybody's going to want their own stable coin within their area. So you're going to have a bridge asset in between the banks, which is what we call walled gardens, which XRP is that currency. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean. That's for sure. Danny Loff here. For some reason, I don't know. I think I seen Danny Loff. So, guys, here's Bearableguy, Big BG. And you guys know that was, oh, man, those were the days. Anyway, so let's move on. Bearableguy, new picture. He's calling for April, March, it looks like to me. But we do have something very significant happening on February 17th. So, February 17th, something big. I got an article I'll show you guys. And guys, of course, here's something else that was pretty interesting back in the day, really quick. Here's Bearableguy. Oh, that's tomorrow. Shit. Whoa, okay. That's what I'm talking about. So tomorrow could be a big day for XRP. Let me look at the price charts real quick. Let me see the, I'm just kind of curious with the prices on the markets. Huh? Oh, no, your birthday is on the 18th, right? Your birthday's on the 18th, the next day after that. I just want to kind of see the market real quick, the prices. You guys know I never check the prices like that. I'm kind of curious what the market is looking like at this moment. Because if they're calling for something big to happen with XRP tomorrow, the question is the market heating up right now? I'm not really sure. I haven't checked the prices since this morning's stream. Sometimes you can tell within the prices if something is cooking. Let me see. I guess I could have pulled it up so we all could have looked at it. But I just want to see where XRP is at right now. Okay, 83 cents. So 83 cents. So that's not bad. This phone is moving slow as hell. Hold on. Okay, I got to turn my Wi-Fi back on. Guys, here's Joe Cass in the Bearableguy Castle. I mean, come on. Here's the Bearableguy Castle. Here's Joe Cass. Back in the day, a lot of people might not know this, but a lot of people thought Joe Cass was Bearableguy. And very interesting scenario there. And I'm not going to go into that rabbit hole. That's a whole video when it's within itself. The big debate back in the day is, who is Bearableguy? Does he work at Ripple? Does he work at the Fed? Is he Joe Cass? And then I think Joe Cass likes to have fun on social media too. So basically, we got the Bearableguy Castle, and then one time he posted this. I think he said his daughter made it at a school project. And come on, guys, XRP, it looks just like the Bearableguy Castle. So I was like, whoa. So Joe Cass is always trying to have fun, and shout out to Joe Cass, the legend. Dave Schwartz, in case people don't know, it's Dave Schwartz, aka Joe Cass. He's so smart and bright that he has 2 names. Maybe 3. Sorry for that. Maybe 4. Bearableguy, 3, 2, 1. Now let me stop. So we're gonna move on from that. I kind of wanted to show you guys that pretty interesting stuff. And before we jump into that, guys, I do want to show you one thing, and then we're gonna jump into some serious deep dive. And if you guys can smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. We're looking for 333 likes. What Cairo Frank say? XRP to the moon. Bam. Cairo Frank, if you say that again, I'll pin it. But not super chat. Just say XRP to the moon. I'll pin that because that's our theme, Cairo. All right, guys. We are in the end of days of the financial system. Crypto is our ticket out. New asset classes here. And I got this from my brother, Crypto Tells. And this is actually an amazing article right here. And I actually can't cover the whole thing because this article right here is kind of like... they go deep with it. Let's just say they go deep with it. You can find this on 12's Twitter, my Twitter, or the Telegram group. But I do kind of want to highlight a few things in here that makes big time sense. Big sense. We are at the end of days of the financial system, which basically, guys, we are in a conversion of a new financial system. And I'm going to show you guys with the 2030 agenda and the carbon footprint and everything ties together, all with this. As fiat money system goes through its passing days, governments and central banks are making their last efforts to keep control from taking the wealth elsewhere in an attempt to save themselves. And if you think about it, guys, think about just the way the system is designed, right? Like, for example, the price of gas, the price of electric bill, inflation, the value in the dollar, right? Why do you think they would want to maybe not everybody to have XRP? Why? Because XRP really is ingrained in this new financial system. And guess what? If everybody had it, then we're going to have too many millionaires. They can't let the whole world get rich. And that's the way it seems like the system is designed. And I'll show you guys what I mean in 1 second. Without realizing that Canadian... So I gotta be really cautious with the words because some of the words in here are trigger different things. Canadian government just launched an advertisement for crypto, broadened the scope of its money amount rules around money. They announced the entire world the only way out of the overreaching governments is to sell your fiat and buy other cryptocurrencies. And this is what Canada, the Canadian finance minister, just announced. The only way out is to buy cryptocurrencies, which are outside of the system and beyond the reach of centralized entities. And basically, you go down here, Jose, the founder of Delphi Digital, also has something to say about working. See, this is the thing. I gotta be so careful with this article because just some of the words in here are will trigger the algorithm as words you shouldn't be saying. So anyway, I'm gonna go down to this one. And with the bank's Rand Neuner, the owner of Crypto Banter YouTube channel, presenting all the information above for this article. So basically, the main part of the article is we are the end of days in the financial system. And actually, there's a clip within here that shows the former Bank of England governor. Where's it at? I actually pulled it up. Okay. And both was just quoted from the crypto spirit, but some who certainly is the former BlackRock executive, talking about the global debt and inflation on that. And I want to kind of go back to this right here because I want to show you guys something right here. Because I want to show you the clip of the BlackRock executive. I know I retweeted it. Here it is right here. But I'm not going to actually show this whole thing either, guys. Right here is the former BlackRock executive say we are at the end of days of the Former BlackRock executives say we are in the financial end of days and crypto is your ticket out. So I can probably play a little clip of this, but I don't really want to go into deep of it because it goes deep.
The global debt bubble is at its peak.
The global debt bubble is at its peak, and this is a former BlackRock executive.
And it's becoming apparent, given what's going on across the globe, that we're at the end.
What?
And due to that fact, we're going to see lots of crazy things in the financial markets. I think we're going to see the credit markets become unhinged, the equity markets become unhinged.
Yes.
The Fed got.
Can you guys hear him talking, right?
What?
Okay. So basically talking about global debt has just destroyed the economy. Everything's oversold, overbought, overinflated.
A reprieve from COVID when they were able to, at the cover of COVID, print 65% more money to keep this thing afloat. But we're at the end days here. And
so basically, pretty much, guys, they're talking about everybody's backing in the previous article. I highly recommend you guys read the article. BlackRock executive says crypto is your ticket out. And also backed by a Canadian ministry says the same thing. So that was a pretty interesting article right there from Tails. It's actually a really good read, guys. I highly recommend you guys read this whole article. It's really, really, really good. Down here at the bottom, really, really quick, presented by Rand Neuner. Actually, it's kind of crazy because a few years ago, I met Rand Neuner at Consensus in New York when I actually was interviewing Joe Cass. Or Dave Schwartz. At the end of Dave Schwartz's presentation, I basically was like, Dave, can I talk to you for a minute? So Dave came over there and he was talking to us and we was asking him questions. And basically, Rand Neuner was there, and that's when he was the host of Cbdc Africa. So Rand Neuner was a pretty popular crypto guy at the time, and I didn't know it. And so we're gonna move on from that, and then we're gonna jump into some of these Ripple connections. Shout out to Caro Frank, you are the best. Shout out to Victor V. I know, I appreciate that. And CC for Life 2 with the $20 super chat. Holy moly, my brother, you're all that. Thank you big time, CC for Life. I appreciate that. Big love. Much love to you. Yeah, March 17th, big meeting on inflation. Plus, the documents are going to be unsealed on both sides from the Ripple documents. We're going to talk about that in uno momento. Whoa. Cairo Frank, Bullzilla, you the beast, bro. Wait till this show right here. We're gonna tie this together old school like back in the day with, and I kind of wanted to, this is like a two bird, one stone video. One is why I am bullish on the assets I'm bullish on and how I do my show versus some of the new assets today that will not even been given a moment of time back in the day. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with some of the newer assets. We've crushed it with newer assets too. But there is a certain standard of research I believe that I'm going to hold myself to in this channel too, as far as making some connections and suggestions. So, that's my thoughts. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean. Cairo Frank Bullzilla, you're a beast. Thank you big time, bro. I appreciate that. Shout out to Hodl Model. She's here right now, laptop facing against me. I can see her, and I think she's in the chat too. So thank you big time for the assistance. Hodl Model, I appreciate that. You want to say hi?
I am talking in the chat.
Oh, talking in the chat. Okay, that'll work. Telcoin. Hodl Model is very bullish on Telcoin, and so am I. Now she found this article right here. Telcoin now top most used smart contract by 1,000 biggest Matic wells. And guys, you're hearing since the Matic bridge, the KuCoin connection, Telcoin has been setting that bridge on fire. So Telcoin is making news out there. The Telcoin team now the most used smart contract by 1,000 biggest matic whales in the past 24 hours. And this came from Whale Stats, the top 1,000 Polygon rich list. So you can check out the Whale Stats. And that's what's amazing about cryptocurrency, the way you can track data as far as data analytics and all that. It's amazing these days. So shout out to Hodl Model. Link in the description. Make sure you guys follow Hodl Model. Telcoin in the house. All right, time to get real serious now. You guys ready? Rabbit hole time, big time. Here's the thing. I'm going to start from the beginning. Basically, here's the thing, guys. Back in the day, in 2017, December, when I started making crypto videos, it might have been January. Right away, I found Ripple, and I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Like, when you start finding team, resumes, backers, success, like these guys aren't here to play games. They're here for business. They're here to make connections. They're here to get the job done. You know, you can't really tell what the intent is of a lot of teams, especially if you can't even see the person. But anyway, so one of the first things is I'm going to start with, and basically I know there's a lot more people here, so this is the main goal of the show. Cross-border remittances constitute 1.3 billion a day, moving money. Cross-border payment constitutes $85 billion a day. So cross-border payments are $85 billion a day. There's only 100 billion XRP. Now, the real price of XRP is quoted at $32, and this is quoted by the BlackRock director and Ripple board of director. I'm going to show you guys that, which resumes ridiculous. I'm going to show you guys really quick how there is a 2030 agenda connected to Bank of America and Ripple. And I believe there's a big agenda to go green, and it's a 2050 agenda for most companies to be green, which Ripple and Bank of America have already started this journey. So they're way ahead of the game, like they have been for years. So here's Chris Larsen. Chris Larsen is the main. So basically, here's Ripple board of directors. So whenever I start doing research on a project, the first thing I find is the co-founders, the owners, the board of directors, the investors. I'm looking for a real team, real project. So here's Chris Larsen. Chris Larsen was mainly one of the first reasons I started being bullish on Ripple. Once I did the research on Chris Larsen, ridiculous resume. Chris Larsen is the executive chairman of Ripple board of directors, and some may know this information, but there's so many new people here also that I think don't. So let's go down. Let's basically bring this information forth. Chris Larsen is the executive chairman of Ripple board of directors, former CEO and co-founder of Ripple. Prior to Ripple, Chris co-founded and served as the CEO of Prosper peer-to-peer lending marketplace. So basically, guys, I did a big-time deep dive on peer-to-peer market lending place. Chris Larsen is kind of like he was innovative in his time as far as peer-to-peer lending. Even though Satoshi's vision with Bitcoin was peer-to-peer, basically Prosper peer-to-peer was he connected lenders and borrowers, and basically kind of squeeze out the banks because their interest rates were too high. So he created a business called peer-to-peer where you connect the borrower and the lender directly. And believe it or not, he had a big dispute with the SEC over that business, and you guys can Google that. So Chris Larsen is no stranger to doing battle with the SEC. I'll just say that. And also eLoan, publicly traded online lender. And then after Prosper, after he beat the SEC, there was 5 to 10 companies that come out that mimic the same success, that mimic the name of Prosper. And one of the companies' names would ring bells big time. I forget what they're called. It's a lending company, and they got real big after that. After Chris Larsen did his thing with the SEC. Does anybody remember that company's name? They're pretty much a knockoff to Prosper. But anyway, and then Susan Anthony. This is the big one we're going to talk about too, guys. I mean, come on, guys. Ripple got the best of the best backing them. The best of the best. Here's Susan Anthony, and she's also the one that said XRP should be at $32. I'm going to show you guys what I mean in 1 second. Susan Anthony is a professor, an economic Stanford Graduate School of Business. She received her bachelor's degree from Duke University and her PhD from Stanford. Guys, Ripple only brings on the best of the best. She holds an honorary doctorate from Duke. Good God, what she do? Go to every college? Would she go spend 4 years at every college? Hold on. She is a professor at Stanford. She receives a bachelor degree from Duke. She got her PhD from Stanford. She holds a doctorate from Duke University. She previously taught the economic department of MIT, Stanford, and Harvard. 2017, Professor Anthony received the John Bay Clark Medal Award for American Economic Association to the American economist under the age of 40. So you know what that means, genius. Lending Club. Yeah, it's called the Lending Club, right? I think it is called the Lending Club. Derek Tabarone, you got it. Basically, after Chris Larson showed these people how you can create businesses and ventures, and he battled the SEC with Prosper, after that, you have the Lending Club come out, and they done very well after Chris Larson led the way. So, Brad Garlinghouse, Big BG himself. You guys know Brad Garlinghouse. Anaj Emanuel, former diplomat, author, and of National Security Advisor, Secretary of Defense Robert Gates, MLL Strategic Consulting Firm, helps U.S. companies navigate international markets. I mean, come on, guys. She is the author of critically acclaimed The Brave New World. She's a graduate of Harvard Law School, Stanford University, and now lectures at Stanford. Come on, guys. This is the Ripple Board of Directors here. Motoshi Mandashi. He's an executive officer at SBI Holdings. Do you know SBI is like one of the biggest banks in Japan? Which they're very bullish. I know you've seen Crypto Eddie cover it with the SBI yearly roundup and their ideas with XRP and how younger people can start accounts and they'll fund it with XRP. And so SBI has basically been a very big time advocate for, thank you big time Sharon, I appreciate that. SBI has been a big time advocate for XRP and SBI Group. He serves as general counsel to other SBI Group companies. Since joining SBI, he has supervised many global investment joint ventures. Greg Phillips, I mean, come on, guys. Greg Phillips, leadership to Ripple, held senior roles at BlackRock, Morgan Stanley. Counselor to Secretary Stephen Mnuchin. Hold up. I think I just found something really interesting here. Hold on. Counselor to Secretary Stephen Mnuchin. You know, Steve Mnuchin and Jay Clayton were the ones that were giving Ripple a hard time, supposedly, at that time. But I'm telling you, the whole time it was Jay Clayton, Steve Mnuchin, and Greg Phillips working together, I believe, with BlackRock. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean on that also. Diamond Hands selling my crypto life. Diamond Hands all day, bro. We're looking for 333 thumbs up. Guys, Sinead O'Connor, Sandy O'Connor. O'Connor recently retired as Chief Regulatory Officer at JP Morgan Chase, where she sat on the firm's comprehensive regulatory strategy and led the engagement with the G20 policymakers. Bam! Guys, remember that, the G20 policymakers, because under the G20 and the other one, G7, right, as there's a global 2050 agenda for all these companies to have less carbon footprint on the atmosphere. I forget, there's a fancier word here, but basically there's something big cooking. And she sat on the Federal Reserve Board Alternative Committee and is a member of the Treasury Markets and sponsored by the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. Bam. Ripple Fed Reserve Connections, which runs way deeper. Rio Rose has 30 years experience. She serves as the 43rd Treasury. Good gosh, that's Steve Mnuchin's same position. She served as the 43rd Treasury of the United States and the CEO of Engraving and Printing in U.S. Mint, including Fort Knox. They want to know how they can. Good God, what? She also initiated and led efforts to place portrait of women on the U.S. currency for the first time in a century. She is recognized in 2016. She received the Hamilton Award, the best honor in the U.S. Department of Treasury. Rios was the longest-serving Senate-confirmed Treasury official, beginning with her time on the Treasury and the Federal Reserve transition team in November 2008. So hold on. Are they saying Rosie Rios held the longest position? She initiated, led the efforts, portrait of women over a century. Upon her resignation, she received the Hamilton Award. She was the longest serving Senate confirmed Treasury official. She was the longest confirmed Treasury official. So hold on. I can only imagine what's in her top 10 Rolodex. Oh, 400 thumbs up. That's CCAS. That sounds much better too. Guys, so basically here's the thing. Oh, I must hit the wrong thing. Hit the wrong thing on that one. Damn it. It's a lot right. Let's get 400 thumbs up. Tom C. Cass. Guys, so here's the thing. We start with the Ripple board of directors. And from there, I'm like, okay, I could back a team like that because that team is going to get the job done, right? So that's the Ripple board of directors. But I'm going to jump straight into what you guys want to see. Here's Susan Anthony. And this is called the Fundamental Valuation of Crypto Assets. The Fundamental Valuation of Crypto Assets by Robbie Mitchnick and Susan Anthony. So we just saw who Susan Anthony was, right? If you go back to board of directors, here's Susan Anthony. And if anybody in this stream wants to question her degrees or her intelligence of what she says the value of XRP should be, I don't know. Maybe if you can break it down better than her and Robbie Mitchnick are about to do with this long report on the true price of XRP, which they put a lot of work into. But here's the thing. Here's how the rabbit hole runs deeper. Also, Robbie Mitchnick. You guys might not know who Robbie Mitchnick is. Let me show you who Robbie Mitchnick is now. Robbie Mitchnick is a director at BlackRock. Bam! Good God Almighty! Hold up. Huh? Now, can you guys kind of see why, like I question some of the projects that come out today versus the research that I'm used to? I'm used to tying Robbie Mitchnick to BlackRock, former Ripple employee, just in case you didn't know. So Susan Anthony, Robbie Mitchnick so far. BlackRock is hiring a blockchain VP. BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world with $8 trillion in assets. So BlackRock investment firm with $7.8 trillion in assets under management has published a job posting. Who got that job? In 2019, BlackRock hired former Ripple executive Robbie Mitchnick to lead its digital asset arena. Going blind. Can you tell them something, bro? I'm just messing with you. Did it? No way. No, that was just a look at like what's going on here. Hold on. Robbie Mitchnick, former Ripple executive, and now where's Robbie Mitchnick work? He's the director at BlackRock, $8 trillion. So we go back to this. This is Robbie Mitchnick and Susan Anthony, the fundamental valuation of crypto assets. And you know what's kind of crazy? They called Bitcoin to the number. This is the valuation of Bitcoin and XRP. So it's kind of crazy how they predicted Bitcoin. And I remember covering this years ago. And Bitcoin was not 45,000 at the time. I'll scroll down here to the bottom. I want to show you guys something. Damn it. Now that I put those two in blue. Now I took the blue away at the bottom. Damn it. But it doesn't matter. I'll still find it. It's down a ways. It's down a ways. So basically, they talk about the value of BTC. And this is kind of crazy, right? Because on... Where is it? XRP right here. Okay, so here's the estimates right here. Here's the estimates of what they estimate BTC, the value of BTC. And they're saying the high estimate of BTC should be 93,000. They say the low estimate of BTC should be 45,000. No, guys, when I first covered this article, Bitcoin was about 10,000. Let's look at the price of Bitcoin real quick, because it looks like to me these guys are right on the money. Is Bitcoin 40-something thousand right now? Let me pull up CoinMarketCap real quick, because they said a low on Bitcoin is 45,000. Bitcoin 43,400. Good God, they called it to the dollar. They called it damn near to the dollar. Here it is right here. Let me show you again. Bitcoin is 43,000, 44,000. They said the price of Bitcoin on the low end should be 45,000. Maybe I'll make this bigger so you guys can see it. That's not going to work. You can see the 45,000 right there. So how they call the low end on BTC at 45,000, and now Bitcoin has been wrestling with 40,000 for quite some time. That's amazing. Shout out to Mike Collins. I know, guys, here's the thing. Back in the day, and there's so much more news I'm going to run with the show, but back in the day, guys, XRP, well, at first it was hard to get, then it was easy accessible, then they kind of made it hard to get again, because I believe after a while they started realizing that there's bigger plans with XRP, and they can't let everybody get their hands on it. Y'all know how the system is designed. Y'all know how it's designed. Shout out to Alan. Going Blind. Mike Collins. The models in the building. I'm just saying hi between people. So anyway, okay, so Bitcoin low, estimate 45, high 100,000, which it was on its way, what, it almost hit 60,000, right? But then if you go to the low and high estimates on XRP right here, they're saying XRP has a value of $32. XRP high estimate should be $32 per XRP. So, I'm not here to question the BlackRock director. I'm not here to question Susan Anthony, Stanford doctorate. Does anybody want to question the Stanford doctorate or the BlackRock director? I think they would know, right? We got 350 in the building, Sharon. 350 in the building versus 200 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Our goal on this channel is 333 thumbs up. Helps out the algorithm in a big way. Plus, I kind of wanted to, like I said, this is a two bird, one stone video right here tonight. It's to show people the kind of research that went into projects that I issue challenges on and find real teams, real partnerships, real utility, doctorates, backers, versus as far as, you know, a project comes out today, which I'm not even going to talk about. I'm just going to show you guys the standard of what we held projects to back in the day. So here's Robbie Mitchnick, guys. He did take that job at BlackRock. So that's like, hold up. After that, I got to thinking. I was like, I think I can connect BlackRock and Jay Clayton. And maybe there's more behind the scene there. And guess what I found? Guess what I found? I found the connections to Jay Clayton, who started the Ripple lawsuit the day he left office. Which you guys now know, Jay Clayton works for one of the largest crypto asset managers in the world, right? Come on, guys. This is big time smoke and mirrors. So, in 2019, BlackRock hired former Ripple executive Robbie Mitchnick to lead their digital asset area. And that's pretty good on that. But let's go to the next thing because I want to show you guys something. So, and this is how we're going to go to the 2030 agenda. What most are not noticing, what's really going on behind the scenes, is BlackRock. And this just came out. Oh, this didn't come out right here, but I'll show you. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink is right about climate change disclosure. So BlackRock CEO Larry Fink is right about climate change disclosure. And who backs him up? Jay Clayton and Mark Weissman. So why is Jay Clayton backing up Larry Fink at BlackRock about climate change? Because there's a carbon initiative, and I'll show you from Ripple right here. Ripple leads the sustainable agenda to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. And guess who else is backing them up on that? Bank of America. I'm going to show you that in 1 second. But let me show you guys that, yes, Jay Clayton is backing this. The recommendation that public corporations disclose their plans for achieving carbon neutrality by 2050. Does that sound like Bitcoin to you? Because from my understanding, Bitcoin consumes a hell of a lot of energy. The recommendation that the public corporations disclose their plans for achieving carbon neutrality by 2050 should be embraced by companies and investors, as well as pragmatically implemented by regulators globally. Written by Jay Clayton. Jay Clayton, get out of here. So the recommendation that the public corporation disclose their plans for achieving carbon neutrality by 2050, as suggested in BlackRock CEO Larry Fink's recent letter and by others, should be embraced by companies and investors, as well as implemented by regulators globally. So it's time to take this to the next level. And I'm just going to... For the past 30 years, investors have used that forward-looking information to evaluate companies as well as access broader shifts in economic activity. Also note that the answers to this digital transformation questions have changed dramatically from year to year in response to the dynamics in the marketplace, including innovation, globalization, and human capital development. Good God almighty, crypto has changed so much. All you gotta do now is just throw a bone and call it a leash and oh, get that token, the leash token. I'm not making fun of the leash token. I'm just giving you guys an example how much crypto has changed. Back in the day, it was like, let's tie big things together. Now it's like, you know, crypto is The transformation toward a carbon neutral economy will undoubtedly affect the performance and prospects of many firms and sectors. Some will benefit greatly and others will suffer or even fail. Well, if you don't go with the Ripple plan, you're in danger of maybe failing. A transformation toward a carbon neutral economy will undoubtedly affect the performance and prospects of many firms in the sector. I'm just going to, okay, the question is, are you green or not? Are you green or not? Are you green or not? Looking forward to information. Let me go down here to the Jay Clayton part so you guys can just know it's the same Jay Clayton. And believe it or not, this is an amazing article, guys. If I had time to read the whole thing, then it would even make a lot more sense. I'm probably leaving some stuff out. Jay Clayton, a CNBC contributor, was the chairman of the SEC from 2017 to 2020. Bam. So Jay Clayton now is a CNBC contributor who was the SEC chairman to 2020. Prior to joining the commission, Clayton was a partner at Sullivan and Cromwell, where he's a member of the firm's management committee and the head of the firm's corporate practice. From 2009 to 2017, he was a lucrative law and adjustment professor at the University of Pennsylvania Law School. And then they talk about Mark Weissman. But come on, we got Jay Clayton, SEC chairman, started the Ripple lawsuit, backing up BlackRock and Larry Fink. And now we got BlackRock hiring Robbie Mitchnick from Ripple. BlackRock is hiring blockchain VP, and that's Robbie Mitchnick from Ripple. Come on, guys. Are you starting to see the connection here? BlackRock, Jay Clayton, Ripple, but it goes deeper. Are you ready to go a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole? Thank you big time, Sharon. I appreciate that. Sharon's the best. Mission XRP going blind. As I'm going to the next article, I'll stop for a second to say what's up to everybody. Oh, okay. Here's where it gets good. This is where it gets good now. It's about to get good now. All Booms in the building. What up, Booms, with the super chat? Thank you big time, Booms. I appreciate the support for the channel. No, Jackie Chan, you're a legend. Booms in the building. Booms, you've been on fire big time. Thank you big time. Did you know UBX was the first regulated public stacking pool on ADA smart contracts? I didn't find news earlier on it. So you're saying it's true and you tried to find the news, or you couldn't find the news? Did you know UBX was the first regulated public stacking pool on ADA? That's kind of telling me that it is. But then you says I didn't find the news on it. So are you saying UBX is the first regulated public stacking pool on ADA, or it's not? Thank you big time, Booms. I appreciate that. Going blind, just got back from Miami. Welcome to Miami. You was having fun out there going blind. You were tearing that Coinbase card up too, bro. Getting all them rewards.
I know, I said we were jealous.
Not me. I like to see people have fun and success and just enjoy themselves, and I love that. I can live vicariously through you. I like seeing people's pictures and having fun like that. To me, I love to see people having fun. Ripple leads sustainability agenda to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030.
It's so cold here.
I know what you mean. Yeah, of course, it's freezing here, that's for sure. And it goes right through your bones. I know. If we was there, we could be,
Can't go outside here.
We'd have been dancing in that one place where Going Blind was. Anyway, I'm just joking with you, baby. You know I love you. Okay, so Ripple leads sustainability agenda to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. So, Ripple leads agenda to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. Ripple, a leading provider in enterprise blockchain solutions, is commenting on the carbon net zero by 2030. The first company in blockchain industry to do so. The first company in blockchain industry to do so. And back in the day, guys, Ripple was always the first to do everything. The first to go live with on-demand liquidity and BitSell in 2018. To the year, the Phoenix was supposed to go live, but I won't go conspiracy. But anyway, first company to do so. As part of this goal, Ripple unveils several initiatives to lead global finance toward a carbon neutral future, including the launch of open source tool that helps enable any blockchain to decarbonize. Addressing the sustainability has become a global priority as the world works towards to achieve carbon net zero by 2050. So, also, I kind of found like a little bit of a rabbit hole here, in partnership with Energy Web Foundation, which we'll talk about that in 1 second also. Oh, you're saying you didn't find the news, you just heard it in the stream. I'd like to welcome everybody to XRP After Dark. Thank you, big time, Double R. You covered that right on the money right there. And that used to be the name of the show every night. I'd like to welcome everybody to XRP After Dark. Woo! Yeah, and this was what was amazing, the news. And this I'm gonna skip ahead real quick because I want to show you guys. So they want to achieve this by 2030, even though there's a global agenda to achieve it by 2050. So as I go on, an Energy Web Foundation, and in partnership with Energy Web Foundation, Ripple has co-created EW0, a new open source tool that will enable any blockchain to decarbonize through the purchase of renewable energy in local markets worldwide. So of course I had to look them up because I kind of remember that token. Here's the Energy Web token that Ripple partnered with. It's at $6, kind of a low supply a little bit, so I'm just throwing this out there. This token could have a lot more to do with Ripple and this carbon neutral agenda also. Energy Web token. And if you actually go to their website, you might kind of be shocked to see, yeah, Ripple, XRP, everybody's there, all the partnerships. Here it is. We build operating systems for energy grids, powering a zero carbon economy. And I'm telling you guys, listen, I don't know if Bitcoin can fall anywhere into this agenda. I mean, don't get me wrong. And that's why I always said kind of Bitcoin was the poster child for the movement. I think the real plan was maybe to get like a whole lot of people. Because the thing, the lobbyists are the one that get the laws to pass. But to lobby in D.C., these lobbyists charge you $250,000 every quarter. So Coinbase pays lobbyists, Ripple pays lobbyists. And the lobbyist is the middleman between the lawmaker. So you can't have the government's really paying these lobbyists, so we need private firms to pay lobbyists to change the laws, and that kind of like really kind of trickles down to the government anyway, because you know the lobbyist gets paid, and of course you know what he does anyway, so that's a whole nother story. Power in the zero economy, you go down right here, Energy Web mission to accelerate decarbonizing the global economy, and bam. Let's just go down to the partnership. 50 projects, 25 countries, 100 plus partners, and be part of the decentralized worldwide economy. Bam, XRP right there. Bam, Ripple. There's Ripple right there. What? XRP and Ripple? Google's in there. Come on, Google's in there. XRP, Volkswagen, Ripple, Filecoin. Shout out to the Filecoiners. I'm just taking a quick look real quick too. I know, believe it or not, I was like, I might get that token myself. Energy Web token $6 right now. And I think you can locate it on KuCoin, Kraken. So it's on Kraken. I'm pretty sure it's on other exchanges, probably not listed down here. But I know that partnership never. Matter of fact, let me go to the all chart real quick because I want to see something. If you go to the all chart, oh my God, we could have crushed it on this one. Because if you actually go back to the date on this Ripple article, this article right here is from September 30th. Guys, and this is exactly why I do the shows I do daily on here. Like, for example, the Ratum shows, of course they didn't get the best views. People don't even know what Ratum is, and they don't care what Ratum is. They damn near don't even know what Solana is. September 30th, 2020. Nobody knew what Energy Web Foundation was. Let's check the price on Energy Web Foundation on September 30th, 2020. So this would have been like, guys, get Energy Web Foundation. This is going to be a big deal. But let's just check the price back then. What is it? What was the date? Okay, September 30th, 2020. So if you go to, might even be able to go to the year on that. September 20th, 2020. So, 2020. 2020. Let's go to the all on that. Hold up. 2020. Well, at the beginning of 2020, 420, it was $1.60. But if you go to, okay, so if you go to around September, actually, okay, 8-9 months, it was around $5-6. It started climbs up to around 7 or 8. So it started performing pretty well around then. But then we had some pretty good corrections here. We had a nice correction there, 4 on 7, 15, 20, 20, 21. But now we're down to about What, 609? 613? Okay, $6 right now. So, and as basically, and let's just go to all one more time. In 2020, when this was $1, and I said, guys, get this token in 2020, it's $1. It's going to be $6 in no time, which it would have been like 2 years, probably a year or two. But still, this is what I do. I play a season assets with big partnerships at the beginning, at the birth. And yes, there's going to be a lot of wild volatility in the beginning. But if you got real partnerships, real utility, guess what? Guess what happens? Bam, your token grows. It grows. Larry Las Vegas in the building. And guess this is, and now it's gonna get a little bit deeper because we got the Energy Web Foundation, Ripple XRP ties right there. And what do we got next? Energy Web Foundation. They got 60,000 followers on Twitter. You can check them out a little bit more if you choose. But I kind of just want to show you that partnership has grown since then. Now, Bank of England halves carbon emissions in 2020. So, Bank of England, as Brad Garlinghouse said, is a paid Ripple customer. And they also have a carbon emissions initiative. Now, the Bank of England said it has halved its greenhouse gas emissions during the year ended March. No wonder how they halved their greenhouse gas emissions. How long has Bank of England been working with Ripple? Since as long as I can remember. So, this has to have a direct result in somehow them cutting their carbon footprint, I believe. Mike Collins says Energy Web is connected to Berkshire Hathaway, Crypto OG, Crypto Friends. Check the partners at EWT. Crazy. I guess we'll do a little bit more deep dive on the EWT also. Whoa, we're doing an OG old school XRP video. We got the OGs in the XRP community coming out. Shout out to my legendary brother Notorious XRP. You guys might not know my brother Notorious XRP. He has an amazing YouTube channel also. Check out my legendary brother Notorious. Basically, what I'm doing tonight is, and I know you know, bro, because you've been in crypto as long as me. Like, you know, the standard to research that we were held to back in the day versus the standard of research today, it's like complete opposite, right? Remember, people used to complain about the supply of XRP being 100 billion. But back in the day, you had to have real partnerships, real utilities, real, utility use case, real partnerships. Bank of England is a paid Ripple customer. Brad Garlinghouse said it. You had to actually connect that project to like real utility or real people saying they're going to use this project. Now we got projects coming out like really nobody signed on to use it or nothing. It's just flying to the moon. But so it's way different today. That's for sure. Thank you, big time, Notorious. Tel's been around for a long time too. Also, Britain's central bank has given greater emphasis on environmental issues this year. So why do you think these banks are all of a sudden focusing on environmental issues? Like, that doesn't even kind of make sense if you really think about it. What are banks focusing on this for? You know why? Because they got a new product, and it's called XRP, and it's going to cut that carbon footprint, and it's going to give BTC hell in the future soon. Britain's central bank has been getting, and this is why FTX president says that other alts are eating away at Bitcoin's market share, because people are starting to realize that it's not cost friendly. Even a greater emphasis, even Ethereum, good God, the gas fees on that. Britain's central bank has given the emphasis to environmental issues this year. The government prepares to host a major United Nations climate change summit in Glasgow in November. I wish I would have more times. I can only imagine what they said right then. And I want to guys show you one thing right here. In the annual report on climate change, the Bank of England said greenhouse gas emissions from general operations have fallen by 53%. Why is Bank of England saying their greenhouse gas emissions fell by 53%? XRP, baby. That's all I got to say about that. XRP, baby. And the biggest annual drop since it started collecting data in 2015. Hold up. This is even better. It's fallen by 53%, equivalent of the 10 100,000 tonnes of carbon dioxide versus 2020 and 2021. It's the biggest drop since 2015. So 2020, 2021, they had the biggest drop since they started tracking data in 2015. And I think around, what, 2018, 2019 is when they started working with Ripple. So come on, guys. The proof is in the partnerships. Thank you, big time, Sharon. So we're going to speed this up and really show you the connections now. And we got 350 in the building. We're looking for 333 thumbs up. Green Initiative Bank of England. Bank of England's a paid Ripple partner. I think I could have pulled up the clip where they admitted it and said it, but I think enough people here could back me up on that being true. So I'm going blind. Smash that like and subscribe. Green Initiative Bank of England. UK Central Bank path for others by disclosing climate-related risks across operations. In June 2020, the Bank of England published a report disclosing its climate-related financial... Now, actually, guys, just listen to this first paragraph. This is kind of interesting. In June 2020, the Bank of England published a report disclosing its climate-related financial risks across all operations and including how it was managing them. Now, this is the line. It was the first time that any central bank had disclosed climate-related risk associated with monetary policy portfolio. Do you see it all coming together? Why, for the first time ever, any central bank has disclosed climate-related risk associated with monetary policy? And this is becoming a big-time issue and agenda. And guys, I'm not bashing Bitcoin in any kind of way, but I think behind the scenes there's something big cooking between the Standard and the Fed and the biggest banks in the world. I think that's kind of true, basically. Yeah, basically, and really, basically, I used to say the same thing too all the time back in the day. People used to hate on XRP because, like, oh, it's a banker's coin. It's a banker's coin, right? But I really didn't look at it like it's a banker's coin. And trust me, I wasn't here to see, like, banks, do better, or, oh, this is going to make banks so much better. That wasn't my goal. My goal was to look for a project with a real team, a real utility that had a real game plan that was going to crush it and was getting the job done. So that kind of all made sense right there, too. Did that mute work? Did that mute work? So, here's it is. It was the first time that any central bank had disclosed climate risk. Bam. Of course it was the first time, and it's going to become the new norm. Let me see. Many senior economic policymakers now agree that understanding how economic activities related to climate change is necessary for a greener global economy. The information that comes, and guys, you see all the news. Kyra Frank, thank you, bro. Got you. XRP to the moon, baby. Tell them. Of course. This is like a no-brainer with the XRP. I think the reason they stopped selling so much XRP on the exchanges and they make it so hard to get, they don't want the whole world getting rich. Okay, I was kind of curious on that one. So basically, and that's the way it's always been. I mean, come on, guys, look at the price of gas, look at the price of electricity, look at the price of everything. You ever notice how somehow they coordinate the cost of living to your check, like almost evenly, where people are living week to week? Like they're not trying to give us a chance any kind of way possible. It's I'm not. That's a whole nother show. But many senior economic policymakers agree on how economic activities relate to climate change and for a greener global economy. The information comes from disclosures. The UK Central Bank disclosure was an attempt to put these principles into practice. Good God. The UK Central Bank disclosure is an attempt to put these principles into practice. Principles into practice is coming. Remember that. Oh, I think a lot of the big-time BTCers seen the light, too. They couldn't deny the partnerships no longer. They pretty much had to come to the light. Basically, once you got a product with so many partnerships, they got to come to the light. Even some of the biggest bashers are now the most bullish on XRP, right? And tell them XRP's on Uphold, and Uphold's always been good to me. I love them. They've always been good to me. BIS came out with a report called the Green Swan. I'm not even going to dig into that a little bit more. The Green Swan, Bank of BIS, Bank of International Settlements. And really quick, Bank of International Settlements, guys, that's directly ties to Jerome Powell. So, this is the thing about the 17th. I kind of wanted to show you guys that 1 second about the 17th tomorrow. But I want to show you the board of directors at the BIS. Excellent retirement plan. Mobius, tell him, bro. Right on the money with that. XRP. Excellent retirement plan. Woo! There's some new sayings out there. I like that. Eric Jenkins telling Bullzilla been dropping knowledge for years. And that's why it's been getting like a little bit rough on me lately too, because like guys, these are the shows I'm used to doing for like years and years. Years and years here. I've been here since December 2017. I'm used to tying real partnerships, real utility, real team, real corridors. And don't get me wrong, we got a lot of big projects that's offering big returns and big this, big that, but you can't really find none of the big connections with these projects. And don't get me wrong, you don't gotta have big connections to be big. We've seen projects do well too. But I'm not here to like, I'm showing you guys what I'm used to, the research I'm used to and what I'm used to bringing to the table. And some documents will be unsealed on February 17th, including the opinions of Ripple's legal counsel as whether XRP is a security. The notes become available to the public. So as of tomorrow, some documents on February 17th will be unsealed on Ripple's legal counsel opinions. The documents will be released tomorrow. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting to see what their argument's kind of been on what level it's been on. So, yeah. And I think it's going to go to the BIS stuff. So I basically hop. So guys, basically you've seen the BIS. And come on guys, we know, remember Brad Garlinghouse, if you guys, and this is why Ripple back in the day, it's still on fire. And this is why the XRP army is so strong and still so bullish. Because they know this news. They know the partnerships. They know what's going on behind the scenes. And once you put this stuff together, you're like, come on, like what? So basically, here's the board of directors at the BIS. We already know that Ripple was on stage with the director at the BIS, the one guy, and he was like, I'm the legal officer at the BIS. And then the BIS started the Innovation Hub. That's the Bank of International Settlements, right? So BIS Board of Directors, one name jumps out at me right away, and it's Jerome Powell. Bam. And if you guys don't know, back in the day, you know Jerome Powell was what? What was Jerome Powell back in the day? Jerome Powell confirms the Fed is studying stablecoins as Ripple dives into the ring for CBD support. So, but if I jump to the next one, if you guys really remember back in the day, Fed releases faster payment progress report. Fed Reserve releases faster payments progress report. And this was an open collaborative effort with the industry and Ripple's Ryan Zagone. Ryan is Ripple's Director of Regulatory Relations and was elected to the task force for the steering committee last June. 1 year after creating the Faster Payments Task Force, the Fed released its official progress report. And guess who they was working with? Ripple's Ryan Zagone. Ripple's Ryan Zagone Regulatory Relations was elected to the Task Force Steering Committee last June. Fed Reserve Governor Jerome Powell, who co-chairs this initiative, echoed Ryan Zagone's from Ripple's sentiment. So what do we got so far? What do we got? Motivational Mike in the building with the highlighted message. Thank you big time. Motivational Mike. Much love, bro. Thank you big time for your membership. I appreciate that big time. You're a legend. So here's the thing, guys. I already showed you. Bank of England. You go back. Here's Jerome Powell. And now they're saying the chairman. Hold up. I think Jerome Powell is the chairman now. Jerome Powell I think Jerome Powell got moved to the chairman of the Fed. The chairman of the United States Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, who's the chairman. But if you go back to here, he's also on the BIS Board of Directors. BIS Board of Directors, Jerome Powell. Now, Jerome Powell has a direct relationship working with Ryan Zagone from Ripple. And this is from Ripple Insights right here. Fed releases faster payments progress report. So, I mean, come on, guys. How many big banks we guys say they're working with? And of course, I wasn't here to say, oh yeah, these banks are going to be better. I was here because this crypto project was making leadway, and because basically Brad Garlinghouse said it best. Guess what? You got to work with the regulators and not against them. You work against them, and and you know what happens? You be out of business. So their goal was to never replace the traditional financial system, even though they knew there was, because they know this is faster, more efficient, better system, and it would speak for itself. But they were saying, hey, we're here to work with you, not against you. And you guys know the story on that. So Fed Reserve Governor Jerome Powell, who co-chairs the initiative, echoed Ryan Zagone's sentiments. You guys remember when I met Ryan Zagone at Consensus also. And Dave Schwartz was there, Ryan Zagone. And so that was amazing right there. So basically, that's time Jerome Powell, Ryan Zagone from Ripple, Faster Payments Task Force, BIS, Bank of England. And I think that we're about to sum this up right now. Bearableguy right there, who basically used to send me all kind of good news on that. Bam. So yeah, that kind of brings that right there to the end right there. But there was one more thing I think I had to show you guys. It was where the Bank of England said they was ready by 2032. And that would actually really put it all together. Because I don't think I showed you guys that part. Okay, here it is. This ties it all together. It makes it make sense. So here's the big thing, guys, right here. This is the two I wanted to put together to make all sense. So here's the Bank of England right here. Bank of England carbon emission 2020-2021. But guess what, guys? Everybody knows it's a 2050 agenda. But where's it at right here? Okay. The Bank of England aims to cut emissions by net zero by 2050, which is going to be a global agenda, and more ambitiously to just over a third of their 2016 level by 2030. Now, why would they mention 2030? Let's go back one article again, because we know the Bank of England is working with Ripple. But who else has a 2030 agenda? Bam! Ripple leads the sustainability agenda to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. Do you don't think it's odd that Bank of England says, hey, we're going to do this by 2030, and Ripple says, hey, we're going to do this by 2032? And it seems like Energy Web Foundation might play a big part in that too. So that's a whole nother video. So bam. So tonight's video, guys, we got almost 400 people here. Can we get 333 thumbs up? And here's the thing, guys. My fault. I hit the mute real quick. Halamala wanted to whisper some sweet nothings in my ear real quick. She's saying hurry up. She wants to give me my Valentine's Day present. Nah, I knew she can hear me in the earphones, but she can't hear me talking, so that's why I said that. But anyway, I was just playing. But here's the thing, guys. Ripple agenda to achieve this by 2030. And guess who else wants to achieve this by 2030? I already showed you Bank of America 2032. And come on, everybody knows they're working together. Shout out to Very Easy Hydroponics Allen. You're a legend, bro. Way to all. Thank you big time for the super chat. Dude, you've been on fire with the support for the channel. I appreciate that too. And way to all the cryptos get pressed into the dirty dozen. I think the side chains that XRP has will be scooping up some of those cones. Very easy, Alan. And believe it or not, guys, if you ever notice too, like whenever they announce something, like Ripple's like right there. And I'll give you guys one quick example and we're out of here after that. Let me see, because like for example, Okay, right here. Jerome Powell confirms the Fed is studying stable coins as Ripple dives into the ring of Cbdc support. So every time the Fed announces something, here comes Joe Cass announcing right behind him. Because I remember Joe Cass announced that. The Fed is looking to keenly stable coins regulation as it works closely with other global banks. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, who worked with Ripple, who worked with Ryan Zagone, the Fed Chairman of the United States, Jerome Powell, says that the ongoing work regarding stablecoins is a very high priority. But then if you go down here, guess what? Ripple pushes the XRP ledger for CBDCs and stablecoin support. Ripple San Francisco blockchain company is ready to dive into CBDC race using its XRP ledger and XRPL. According to Ripple, banks, now here's the thing, guys, because these banks are not going to want to basically take years to get involved. They're ready. They're implementing Ripple and using this technology behind the scenes. Don't let them fool you. According to Ripple, banks can issue stable coins on XRPL due to its unique fungible token functionality called issuance currency, Ripple added. And you know Joe Cass gave a big spiel on that right there. Whenever the Fed or Bank of England mentioned something, Ripple was already there. Shout out to MD Samurai. Whoa. With the 333333 super chat. You're legendary. You're legendary for that. I love you much, much, much love. What up? Hoping you're well. I'm much better now that you're here, Samurai. 3333. That's some love, bro. Thank you big time for that. I appreciate that. All right, Sharon. So what I'm gonna do right now, Sharon, just give my, my going out the door speech. Thank you big time, Sharon. I really appreciate you being here big time. I gotta do something special for you. Bullish Crypto Sauce. Thank you. So good to see you, Bullish Crypto Sauce. Miss T. Shout out to Crypto Tales. I think Crypto Tales won a Binance USA hoodie. Way to go, Tales. I seen that, bro. You're a legend. And our first article was from Tales anyway, too. Shout out to Tales. But anyway, so here's the point. So the main point of my show tonight, guys, was just to show people the standard of research that went into projects back in the day versus some of the stuff we do today. Like, for example, I'll even say VVS Finance or some of these DeFi wallets. These are all like, like they're creating ecosystems that could do very well, or they could go south. Who knows? But, Ripple has made big time connections, big time backers. So it's safe to say Ripple's ingrained into the system. A lot of new projects are going to be very high risk, high reward, kind of cautiously. They don't really give you as much information no more. You can't find the founders, the backers, the teams, the devs. There's so many rugs. So my thing is, guys, I want to stick to what I'm used to on this show, and that's finding real partners, real teams, real utilities. Yes, there's going to be lots of other opportunities out there, and you guys are more than welcome to jump on any Binance Smart Chain project you choose, or whatever project you choose. It's up to you at the end of the day to do your own research. But around here, guys, I gotta maintain a level of standard of what I'm used to and what I remember. So that's all I know. So shout out to all the moderators. I appreciate you. Love you guys for all the support for this channel. The moderators in the Telegram, shout out to you guys too. I think I covered it. So, like, basically, like, if the research is not reaching this level right here, or connections, it's like, hold up, what's going on here? Especially if anything is, I'm not going to identify any projects, but I just showed you guys what I'm looking for to say, okay, we got something here. Like, for example, guys, matter of fact, I didn't show you this. I'm going to show you this real quick, and then we're out of here. Last thing I promise. Last thing I promise. You guys may not know this, but I did drop a video this morning on my other YouTube channel called the Bullish Network. And I dropped a video on how to get Ratum, right? So, and guys, come on, Ratum, big time connections, Serum, Solana, FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, big time connections. You can get Ratum, I bought 30 of them for 1 Solana. And, oh yeah, I did use my Coinbase card earlier. I dropped that in the Telegram group. But, here's the video right here, guys. New 5-minute video on the Bullish Network, Ratum. It's the first AMA built on Solana. So I'm basically tying big connections on projects with big partnerships and big teams. So if you guys did not see my quick video I dropped on my Bullish Network, make sure you guys show some love to that video, because I'm going to get back into dropping the quick 5-minute videos for people that just don't have an hour for the shout outs and all the time, and wrap it all up into just one good video. And I want to get back to that. So we're going to get back to that also. So I did drop one today. And I've been making it rain all day in the Telegram in that video also. So thank you big time, guys. I appreciate that. Crypto Tales. EWT is a must-have. Is that the Energy Web token too? Is that EWT, Energy Web token? So EWT is a must-have. We're going to do some research on that. I'm going to dive a little bit more into that too with the Ripple thing. Tales says it's a must-have. Rob Cox. Good to see you, Rob Cox. Much love to you, bro. Double R, Faded Polo, Shot Sound K. Shot Sound, good to see you, bro. Miss T, Crypto Dreams, and Dr. Samurai, thank you big time for the very generous super chat. I appreciate that. Team Green, you are legendary, bro. Is the hell's his name again? I wrote it down. Empower All for Living. Is it Power All for Living here? Shout out to PDP Real from the morning show. Bullish, XRP Medic, much love. Artful Living, Bullish Eddie, XRP Medic, Plant and Seeds, thank you big time. Bruce Wayne, welcome back. And thank you guys big time for the support on that. I appreciate that. And oh yeah, members. Shout out to some new members: Leon Chicky, Joey Duffy, Ronnie Starks, Bobby Digital. Well, Bobby Digital, thank you big time. I just wanted to give you a shout out. And Private Jet. If you're out there, Private Jet, thank you big time. All right, I'm hitting that beat. I'm out of here. Guys, make sure you smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Join me daily live streams down the rabbit hole. But don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be notified when we go live. Live. Thank you big time, Sharon. I'm going to make some changes in that Telegram group too. Like, Sharon, you're amazing. In fact, maybe I can say this to you personally or DM through the thing. You know, Sharon, you be working overtime in there as far as like, you know, as far as saying like, welcome to the Telegram group, everybody. I think what I want to do is I want to make maybe just like a general welcome tweet and make sure I keep it pinned. I'm always bad at unpinning all the tweets. Maybe I could have a general just welcome message because, you know, I don't want to see you working too hard, not like that. And as far as the moderators, guys, you know, I mod people because this the Bullish family Telegram group, right? You know, basically it's for the Bullish family. For, you know, we talk about the morning video, the nighttime video, or basically what we got going on, or if we can help people learn or something like that. You know, it's a Bullish family Telegram geared around like the Bullish family and what we're doing on this show. Or like I said, Tails, hey, Tails in the Bullish family, Tails is here, you know, Tails in the Bullish family. We're gonna support him big time. So I don't know, just somebody once in a while I see somebody drop a video in there. I never even heard of the person before, and I'm like, what the hell's like you're posted, like you're a mod for the Bullish family, what, like we don't know that guy anyway. So I love you guys, but I can't thank you enough for all the support. You guys are amazing, and I know I've said enough. I'm out of here. I love you guys, much love. Thank you guys big time for the support. Crypto Sauce. Same crypto time, same crypto channel. Stay tuned, crypto heroes, and remain bullish. You got that right. Foreclosure, thank you big time for your membership. I appreciate that. Rob Cox, so good to see you, bro. Model. Crypto Tails. Tails, you're legendary, bro. Thank you big time. I appreciate that. Guys, there's the link to the The Raid'em video I dropped today is a must-see, guys. It explains how to get Raid'em very easily, and you're gonna get it on a much better deal. Tails, you're a legend, bro. I appreciate that. That's some love right there. Thank you big time, bro. Tails is the man, that's for sure. I got you, Tails. Going blind. Hold up. We got 321 thumbs up. We only need 10 more thumbs up. Oh, come on, guys. We only need like 10 more thumbs up to get 333. Can we get 12 more thumbs up? 10 more thumbs up? Larry, thank you big time, bro. I appreciate that. Going blind. Foreclosure. Crypto Fro. And let this be a lesson to all. If you're not finding relationships or connections like this, it might not even make the list.
You come back on.
Sharon Go Wire. No, I'm not going to stop it no more. Jack 17, have a good night. Bullish Crypto Mike. Bullish on XRP all day. Good night, Rob Cox. Tails, thank you big time. Crypto Fo short closer. Guys, much love, mahalo. Have a good night, guys. And I'm going to see you guys on the best way to start the day.